first experience with neurofeedback was that I was speaking to Katie Packwood, and she was telling me a little bit about it and how neurofeedback worked. I have a history of concussions and a history of challenges in my family of early onset Alzheimer's and dementia. As I turned 50 years old, I had started to see more incidences where it was taking longer and longer in that little gap to get something from my brain to my tongue. That was the first thing I noticed. And I'd been having my concussion studies done for a while to make sure that my brain was still functioning properly. And Katie said, I think you could really see some good results from that. So I said, you know what, let's do it. Let's see what happens. I went in, and the first thing that I noticed wasn't that my speech problems went away, but it was that I started sleeping better at night. I immediately went from sleeping 2 or 3 hours and waking up for a longer period of time to sleeping almost all night, 6-7 hours in a row within 2 or 3 treatments, which was stunning to me because I've never slept that well for that long. And then I began to notice within about 5 or 6 treatments that I wasn't having that gap as much anymore, and after 10 treatments it had nearly gone away completely. And after 20 treatments it had stuck for a very long time. So I've been able to have much more access to the kind of speaking. I'm a professional speaker by trade, so it's really tough when you're on stage in front of 10,000 people and all of a sudden you can't get the word in your brain out of your mouth, but you know what it is and you're having that internal dialogue about what's going on here. So for me, that has probably been the biggest impact and the thing that I noticed the most. But the sleep, the ability to think much more clearly, and a byproduct of it, I think, that I didn't expect at all was that my focus became much more intense again. I was able to get really clear and stay in a flow zone much longer, to focus on my work or focus on writing or anything else that I was doing in a much more detailed and specific way. And the great thing is I've now not done treatments for, my last treatment was about 6 weeks ago, and it seems to have a generative effect that continues to get better and better, as opposed to some things that you do which tend to work for a while and then they sort of wear off. So right now I am incredibly surprised with how well the results have stuck with me and what great results I've had.